I wish to venture someplace scary. For that I shall call forth Beetlejuice! 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 Hello, YouTubers of the world. The Vigilante is here to give you guys another review in Mega Halloween Mixer. And it is grand to say that I am proud to say, or who am I kidding? I'm more than proud. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic to review Beetlejuice, 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 Beetlejuice! I always loved saying that. Bear in mind, for on a personal note, me and megageekmixer learned of Beetlejuice through the cartoon series before we ever knew of the movie. It is sad, but hey, what can you do? It still doesn't change the fact that from what we learned with the cartoon to saw what it was at the beginning with the original that started it, the movie made in 1989, or was that 1988? I can't quite remember. You guys are gonna have to try to help me out with that if you guys can remember. Although, that aside though, I won't deny that yes, looking into it when I finally got a chance to look into the movie, I was looking at it at the animated series ways. Kind of funny because considering how I discovered Ghostbusters in the same way, the cartoon before the movie, it's quite embarrassing, but still funny nonetheless. It doesn't change the fact that this movie was one heck of a movie. It wasn't what I was expecting to learn of a married couple happily living in their home, getting into an accident, then becoming ghosts, then trying to scare off people who are now living in their home, only to find out that one person could see them, that being Lydia, who had the gothy appearance and was very strange that it allowed her to see the ghost. And by befriending her, they they grew to be fond of the little girl and end up finding a way to make some common ground with the family and living in harmony. But you guys wonder, where does that bring Beetlejuice in? Well, I guess you could say that's where there's a little flaw in the movie. You see, while Beetlejuice is the title of the show, he only appears occasionally. Like, he appears during the halfway through the film. Like, he makes a few cameos here and there, and he's mostly being warned. He is mostly warned, or better yet, the married couple, being Bianca and Adam, are warned to not mess with him because he don't play well with others, and he's just a big troublemaker. Now that's something that the movie had, that the animated series made sure to have. He's a troublemaker, a cuckoo, 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 crazy man. But that's why I love Beetlejuice. He is what makes things very interesting in this movie. And in the cartoon, a cuckoo crazy man, and that is something that Michael Keaton really brought forth. And yes, finding out that Michael Keaton played Beetlejuice before playing Batman, it makes you think that maybe he should have been the Joker in Batman, especially with how well he played his role as Beetlejuice in this film. But I'm getting ahead of myself here, guys. I forgot to mention what is Beetlejuice's role in this movie. Well, he tries to get the married couple to hire him to scare off the people at first. At first, they decline because when they meet him, they can already tell he's bad news and they don't even want him anywhere near Lydia. Because, as I say, they grow fond of Lydia. But eventually, him and Lydia do meet. And it's here that I guess you could say maybe Beetlejuice is smitten with her or hopes to use her to get out of prison or the nether realm or somewhat like that. Because, yes, eventually, though, when things get a little out of hand between the new living people in the house and getting the and learning of the ghosts and wanting to use them to explode for entertainment and amusement and an attraction. That's when they call on Beetlejuice, and we learn straight on why Beetlejuice is not someone you want to call on upon. At least in the movie. In the movie, he's way more crazier than in the cartoon. In the cartoons, he's more mischief. Here, he's just full on crazy mode. But still, as I said, that's what makes this movie great. Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. Great stuff. But why? But now let's talk about some of the other stuff, such as the special effects used in this movie. Like when, for one, Beetlejuice was called upon and he looked like a snake and just got on to everybody right there. Yes, I love that. A great thing to see. Also, when it comes to the wife Barbara, at first trying to scare the new neighbors or the new house owners, like ripping her face off and her eyeballs showing out. I loved that. All the different special effects used in this movie was something to behold, and I just could not stop enjoying myself. A great movie of horror and comedy mixed into one. It's always funny how people think that horror and comedy can't mix so well together. Well, that's why you should look into this film, people, because that's where they are super wrong. It is a fun film to love no matter what it is. And oh yes, the costumes of all these different sorts of people who died that were shown when Barbara and Adam went to the nether realm. Oh, did I love that? It was so joyous. But also, like I said, eventually Lydia met Beetlejuice and she had a few interactions with him. But it really came to a point when, at the ending of the film, when the new house owners were trying to be able to find a way to physically see them, they did, but it was through a ritual that nearly got them killed. Yes, guys, they found a way to kill ghosts. I wouldn't be surprised that there are rituals out there to get rid of ghosts, but in this case, though, these guys weren't trying to. It's more of they mess with something they shouldn't have messed with. Hey, what can you do? That's how the world is sometimes. But either way, eventually, while Beetlejuice may have saved the ghost couple, it was the ghost couple that saved Lydia from being married to Beetlejuice, because it seems as him being married is what would have maybe set him free of something or whatever. Hard to say, and that's kind of some of the downsides of the film. Not really too much explanation on that end, and then the fact that Beetlejuice is the star, yet we don't really see much of him. But it still doesn't change the fact that the movie still made a great impact, that it ended up spawning that animated series where instead Lydia and Beetlejuice are like best friends and stuff, and all those different characters later on in the cartoon series. Ah, I love them. Ah, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice! I love this character. I just love him, love him, love him, love him. And I could go on more and more about it, but I'll leave it all at that, guys. If you've never seen Beetlejuice, I highly recommend it. And do please check out the animated series. That is the best part of them all. But I've gone on long enough, guys, and I hope you enjoy all the videos here. And if you do, please click the like button and hit the little subscribe button with that little bell icon right there. And until then, I am the Vigilante, and I will see you in the next episode of Mega Halloween Mixer. Goodbye.